Hey guys, DGGamer here. So I'm sorry it's taking so long to get this video out. I'm actually like really sick right now. I have the flu. I've been like throwing up left and right, but I want to get this video out for you guys because I've just been taking so long to get it. So before we get into the gameplay, I want to show you guys the plugin. So if you see here from my Creepymon, I'm using these power speed plugins. I'm using a counter rate increase one with a speed on it. That's a really good chip that I was able to pull. Thank God I pulled him. This one is going to be a straight counter. It's a 24% counter. That was a silver rank. That's why it only has a 24% counter on it. We have that straight defense one up there, and then we also have this one right here that I'm kind of debating if I want. I used to have this one in it, but the block rate was so low, I don't know if I really want it. I'm kind of debating if I want to do defense and HP versus the defensive counter for this one. I already have the 54% counter. When he uses his taunt, it goes over 100%. So I have a 1 in 2 chance of hitting a counter when these guys attack me. The higher the counter rate, the better. So I might actually run with that HP one. I'm going to level it up and hopefully just test it out. But I think I'm going to swap it to the actual counter rate one, because if I could get to 60% counter, then that's even better. I'll be able to counter every time I get a hit, and we talked about that in the video. This one is going to be Piedmon, so I have the tech and the pinpoint. So right now I'm at 60% pinpoint rating just with that gold plugin right there. If you see here, I'm running with the tech speed, the resistance with the burn, and the paralyzed resistance with the speed, and then with the middle ones we have our defensive plugins. And if you see right here, like the pinpoint is a 40% to its passive, so I already have a 60% pinpoint rating, so that's really good. The thing about these speed ones right here, I'm going to try to increase their speed and then eventually drop this guy out. I want to... you want to have as much speed as you can, but I'm thinking I want to throw in one of these these gold 7 techs in here and get him even more tech power, or maybe throw in the tech pinpoint rating to get him a higher pinpoint. But I'm already at 60, so I might just throw in the tech and try to get as much damage as possible. I think I want to run more tech and crit on this guy, so I could do that video where he is the main focus on that team, and where he is going to be the one that everybody's going to try to buff and protect, and he just kills people on turn 2, 3 or 4 or 5, and just takes out 2 people right away. I think that's what I want to do. So right here I have the defense and the counters. Those are actually really good, because every time he gets attacked I want to counter, so I want to get those counter up to like maybe a 20% would be great. But I do have a lot of... He's actually looking really good. I just need to get all these plugins leveled up. So he's going to be looking really, really good here for damage. His HP is pretty high. It's almost at a 7k. The defense is on 13, so he's not that bad. He just seems like he does die a little squishier. He's a little squishy, I feel like, but on paper he looks great. He's a really good Digimon to have, and I just really would like to get the tech. So for sure, like this tech speed one right here, you guys totally could be running it, but I would advise you guys running it until you get to a point where you're over like 200 speed. Then you start trying to level other people for speed and try to maximize your damage output like I'm doing here. So I will be trying to do that in the near future, but right now I need that speed for my team. I don't have a Piedmon made yet. I don't have some other people's plugins leveled up. It's very hard to do plugin level ups, man. Very hard to do right now. It takes forever. I've been grinding. Every time I'm awake, at least, I do Battle Park and farming for plugin levels, so it's very tedious. I'm going to make a video about plugins. A lot of people have been asking me to do that, and we will be doing that and also showing you guys the best way to level up. So, we'll watch the rest of the video, guys. You guys will learn how to use your Creepymon and Piedmon, hopefully. Let me know in the comments below if this was helpful. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys drop a subscription and a like. Hit that notification bar. Or the bell. We do a lot of Digimon Rearise content, and I feel like we're pretty good at it. We give some entertaining and helpful things for you guys. So we also do other games, Dragalia. We do sometimes Dokkan. We have Mario Kart. There's just a lot of mobile games that I play. So this is primarily my mobile account. I think I might do another YouTube account for other games, but that's in the near future. But have a great night, guys. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the video. And then we will post more videos here, since I'm not throwing up as often. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Alright guys, so let's get into some gameplay here. We'll first discuss Creepymon and Piedmon, but first I want to talk about my Sakuemon really quick. Sakuemon is on this team only to avoid silence, skill lock, and a defense down Digimon. That's the only reason I have her here. And I'm actually going to replace her soon. She's still a really good Digimon for PvP. But for my current setup, it's more going to be of a slower team. So she's so weak, man. She's so squishy. She's so weak. So I'm gonna start replacing her with I think Mega Gargamon or my Genkomon tomorrow. So she'll be replaced soon on this team. She just for what I need to do first rotations. She just takes too long to be in the rotation. She usually is dying before she gets anything off nowadays. So, if you guys see right here, there's going to be a lot of different gameplay throughout this video. So, the actual gameplay is not like an indicator of what I'm talking about, because these are just showcases of all the battles I've been doing. They're in no different order. Some of them have different chips. Some of them will be different strategies. I'm just learning how to play him. But I want to discuss with you guys how to actually use this Digimon to get the best benefit from him and what I've experienced. So every time you play with this Digimon, you're first going to use your Hyandramon shield. That's the #1 you have to do, and that's with every comp that runs Hyandramon. You need that shield every time. But the thing I was doing in the very beginning of these matches, where you see here, is I was doing Hyandramon, Taunt, and then Creepymon's main skill. That's something I'm not running anymore, that comp right here. I am running that comp in a different kind of way now. If you see right now, Piedmon goes and he kind of knocks them out. I'm kind of doing a different strategy now. I'm going for more of a initial burst for my Creepymon strategy with a Piedmon finishing him off. That was unreal right there. I can't believe that happened. That's unfreaking real, dude. That's crazy comp right there. Buffing up your Mega Gargamon and having him AoE down with that crit, that was crazy. But so that's why I'm gonna have him on my team most likely, or my Genkomon. But the reason why I do not advise to use your Creepymon's taunt so early is because when I was first doing these games, I was really excited to do my Creepymon taunt because like, oh, 100% counter, you know, he's gonna taunt them, he's a tank, blah blah blah, it's gonna be so cool. So I was just so eager to do it. But now, after playing with him, playing around with strategies, it's very foolish if you do it so early, in my opinion, unless you see a Metal Garurumon or a War Greymon. Then you might want to do it on your second turn, because you're scared of that one shot from one of those characters. But if you have your Hyandramon shield with your Creepymon, he's not getting one shot by anybody. I know there's some people in my previous videos who are like, but Creepymon gets countered by War Greymon. Do you know anything? And to those people, I'm saying, like, you guys are stupid, because War Greymon is already falling out of the meta. He's no longer in PvP because he's not that good for PvP. Single target is not the way to go for PvP. So he's kind of falling out, and if you do see him, if you can get a shield off with your taunt, with your Creepymon, he's not going to kill you. And definitely if you have your healing ability on, that healing ability really comes in clutch for Creepymon. So you see right there is like really tanky with that ability. So the thing I like to do though with my Creepymon is you do your shield, you do his main skill right off the bat, so he has his heal right off the bat. Then I like to do my taunt like 3rd, 4th, 5th-ish, depending on rotation. So like right here, I see a War Greymon, so I'm gonna initially do the taunt right now because I'm scared of that War Greymon. I'm gonna do a taunt, hoping he does his main skill within the next 2 turns, so I can get that taunt off. But the thing I'm doing now is kind of more relying on Piedmon to finish them off. If you see right here, you saw my Creepymon, his main ability hits really hard. So if you see here, I dropped that damage right there. I'm going to go with the Sakuemon silence. I don't know why I did that. Maybe because I was scared of Marine Angemon, I guess. I'm trying to get her silence. But if you see right here, Piedmon's going to knock out that War Greymon. He's such a very strong Digimon. Definitely there's some compositions I want to run with him. After this video, maybe tomorrow when I'm feeling better or the next day, there is a team composition I have in my mind for Piedmon that would really be killer. I kind of thinking like the like turn 3 KO Piedmon team or something like that. It's a really, we'll talk about that when we get to Piedmon, but I'm gonna do a whole feature video on that team because I'll try to make it. So Creepymon is really strong Digimon. He's very tanky, as you saw in my beginning of the video with all his plugins. He can be very strong, and plugins are very essential for PvP. So that's something I'm starting to learn. That plugins are everything for PvP, and they are very hard to level up. So they take a lot of time. I've been in bed for like 3 days now, and it took me almost 3 days. I'm not even done. I have one more plugin to level up to max out that Creepymon with all his plugins. So when you see other YouTubers talking about showcasing with maxed out Digimon, you better make sure their plugins are maxed out, because that's nowhere maxed out. Like level 99 doesn't mean shit when you have plugins. So if you see a YouTuber doing showcases in PvP claiming maxed out, you better make sure you check out those plugins, because those plugins are a whole nother game changer. Even if you don't have good plugins, if you're a free-to-play player, you can still get silver plugins relatively easily. If you do save like maybe one. I did that video on how to get gems every month. You will have an off number on those months by like 100 gems. If you use that 100 gems every month to do your plugin summons, and you also do your friend summons, you should have some decent silver ones. And if not, level up the bronze ones. A Digimon that has fully leveled up bronze versus nothing is going to be a way stronger Digimon, even with the bronze plugins. So if you don't have plugins in there, then you are not fully maxed out. You're not taking the full potential of your Digimon. So make sure you guys work on those plugins. And I will have a video about plugins and how to level them up fast. When I say fast, like quote unquote fast, it's still slow as hell, but it is the fastest, slowest way. It's like, these plugins are ridiculous. That's my biggest concern now in this game. My biggest complaint is not the grind for leveling characters, not the grind to do this and that. My biggest complaint now is the grind for plugins, because it is so important, and it's so hard to get up. How did that miss, dude? I just missed 2 of them. We're gonna lose this battle now, because that probably. So we, if I lose the Metal Edamon, rip. This is gonna be bad. I think I do lose the Metal Edamon, I think, right here, because he got that paralyzation off there. This is killer. This is killer. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose. I forgot. I did lose. Wow, that's terrible. So you do need to get those plugins. So my Creepymon is very tanky. Has a lot of HP right now. He's at the 7k HP mark. He has almost 2,000 defense, so he's very tanky right now. And the thing I want to work on is his speed. So, like I said, the rotation is, you need to have him go pretty like high in the rotation. He needs to go first. Right here, again, I'm using Taunt because I saw War Creepymon. But that's really only when I'm using Taunt now in the beginning. If I don't see the strong AoE single target in the beginning, then I'm kind of like dipping out. And you see right here, Piedmon is going to clean up really easily right here. We take out 2 people. Oh, we should have taken out 2 people. Really with no effort there. So that was a really good setup with the Creepymon and Piedmon. And like I said in a previous video, Piedmon's, in my opinion, goes up in importance with a Creepymon. They work very well together. They're both Death type Digimon. They're both very high damage dealing Digimon, and one is a attack, one's a power. That's the only negative thing. But they do work well together, because that Creepymon can taunt and protect the Piedmon, who's a little squishier, and that squishy little assassin could come in and just like poke them from behind and even kill them. So that is something that you really want to combo together, is to benefit the Piedmon from sticking behind that Creepymon and taking the least amount of damage as possible. And like I said, the taunt is, in my opinion, more important when you scout. I'm getting a lot of War Greymons. I just said they dropped down in meta, but I can see a lot of them right now. But you want to do that taunt, I think, in my opinion, later in your rotations, 5 or 6, 4, 5, 6. So you can start getting those auto attack counters, and that's where it's going to really help, because those auto attacks do hurt a lot. Like you see that Boltmon just did an AoE. My Piedmon barely took any damage. My Creepymon is getting the focus from that Greymon, and Piedmon is just knocking everybody out. So he did take out the Creepymon, but at what cost? Everybody else is dead. So that's the way to run this team if you're gonna run with a Creepymon, and I guess that's a good way to transition into a team with Piedmon, because Piedmon, like I said, is a very good Digimon. He is, in my opinion, an A-tier Digimon. He could be a little better, but he is very good at what he does. He just, the stats wise and survivability without a Creepymon, I think, is why he is a rank. You can't assume everybody who has him is going to have a Creepymon. If he has a Creepymon on the side, he's like S tier in my opinion. But you can't take that into consideration when you're doing rankings. So I have him, and my rank thing, I have him as ranked as a rank A, because he does put a lot of damage out there, but he can be focused down very easily. So with that being said, we'll look into our new Digimon. Is going to be Piedmon. So Piedmon, like I was talking about earlier, does a lot of damage. You don't really want him to be focused. He does his HP and his like defense and everything. Everything's kind of like meh for him, except for his ability to put out damage. Even his tech is kind of low, but he has a very high multiplier, so it works out at the end. So he does a lot of damage. So you want to utilize that damage, and you want to be able to put as much damage out there without taking any damage yourself. So that's why running with a Creepymon is the best partner for him right now. Or if you have a Grand Kuwagamon, that's going to be a great partner as well. I'm kind of interested, I don't have one, but I'm kind of interested to see how that team runs if you had it with Grand Kuwagamon, you had your Piedmon, you have your Creepymon, and a Piedmon. Like, all there literally just to protect your Piedmon. I wonder how that team would go. I don't really think it'd be a really great team, but it'd be interesting to see how that would run. Maybe with a Minervamon too to raise your Creepymon, your Piedmon if he dies. That would be a very annoying team. But I do have some team comps that I want to run with a Piedmon that will really benefit his main skills. So, like I said, he's not the best Digimon in the game, but he's really, really good at what he does, and that is the finisher, the killer, and that's what you want to do. And you saw earlier my pinpoint rate is really high on him, so I'm trying to get that higher so we can for sure be able to have him be a closer, be a finisher, and that's what I really want to do with him. So I honestly want to, like I said earlier, want to try to increase his attack as much as possible, his tech and his crit. So I could make a like 2-shot, 3-shot Piedmon team. So if I run with like Arrow Vidramon, that its only purpose is to go first. So I need that speed. So I'm gonna have to run some purple Digimon on that team for literally just there for speed buffs. And hopefully I'll have my Creepymon, but if I do a showcase of just Piedmon on that speed team, I mean that like 2-hit KO team, I probably won't run Creepymon just to show you guys that you can do it without a Creepymon. But you have your Arrow Vidramon there that just throws out that quick 40% decrease to somebody's defense. That's all he's gonna do. If he dies next turn, who cares? You have your Piedmon, he will do his main skill, then his sub skill. Hopefully, with the idea in my head, you already have 2 to 3 people already down. So that's the way I'm going to run that team. So Piedmon is really a very strong Digimon. He does finishers, and that's literally what he is. He's an assassin. So if you can increase that tech rating with that high multiplier he has, with a high crit chance or a high pinpoint, you're going to really benefit with his team. And if you have another Digimon that could increase his tech rating, so if you threw in like maybe a tech increase with a Piedmon damage, his main ability does a 30% increase to his own tech. So you really don't need to have that many boosts, but if you have one that boosts him before he does his main skill, then his main skill boosts his second skill, you can do a lot of damage. So that's what I try to do with my Pumpkinmon, but there are some other Digimons out there that could actually increase more than Pumpkinmon. So those are people I'm going to take into consideration for my team when I do that showcase. But that's all you have to do with this, guys. Make sure that you do not take damage. Make sure that you are the first one. Going first is imperative with every team, but you really will benefit if you go first in your Piedmon, because if you can kill somebody in the second turn, you're going to do a lot of damage to that team, because it's going to be a 4v5 right off the bat. So, like I said earlier, he runs great with a Creepymon. I would implore you to run him with a Creepymon, but that's a lot easier said than done, as you guys have seen from my summoning videos. So we do what we do here. We have our Creepymon, but you can run without the Creepymon. Like I said, if you have the Grand Quagmon, and if not, you have a Hyandramon. If you get that that shield off, you're still going to do a lot of damage and a lot of defense for your Piedmon. So that's everything I got for you guys for Piedmon and everything. So we will let the video continue. We'll let the video continue here. We'll just throw in some, like, maybe we'll speed it up or make it loud. I don't know. We'll see what we do here. But like I said, guys, I've been really sick. That's why I haven't posted any content, so I'm sorry about that. I'm starting to feel a little better. I have a med school open house today at like 4 hours from now, so that's why I woke up early to see how I'd feel. I've been sleeping so much, man. I've been sleeping way too much. But I just want to see how I felt before I go to that open house or not. So I thought if I could do a video, then I could go out, right? So this is my attempt to make a video. And if it wasn't at the best quality, sorry, I'm just like on drugs and sleepy and tired and sick and dying and throwing up. So bear with me. But Piedmon and Creepymon, very good Digimon to have. Hopefully you guys were able to get both of them. Actually, I do hope you guys got Creepymon, but at the same time, if you didn't, that's great for me, because the guy's a beast. He's like the best Digimon in the game, so when you see him in PvP, it's pretty brutal. Every time I see a Creepymon in PvP, I'm like, oh, damn it. So have a great night, guys. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Make sure it's gonna be a tutorial on plugins, because a lot of people have been asking about those, and how to level them up the fastest way. I've been leveling up my plugins for Creepymon and Piedmon, and it's taking forever. So I want to discuss that with you guys. And then the tier list will come out tomorrow as well, if I'm not like feeling worse. But I think I'm getting better, so I will post that as well. So have a great night, guys. I will see you later tonight, hopefully.